My name is Gary the Numbers Guy. I'm a numerologist, and in this video I'm going to be breaking down from a numerology and astrology perspective the GOP chances and the field against Barack Hussein Obama in election 2012. Let's start a little bit like this. Numerology is a metaphysical science that consists of numbers being in tune with energy vibrations around us that we can't see, but believe me, you can feel them. Big events like 9/11 or March, the big earthquake that was on 3/11. It always seem to happen on the 11th and 29th, and the people in power basically are aware of how this works. And the puppets, who consist of Republicans and Democrats, at least in America, you got the Tories and all the other liberal groups in Britain, they basically control both sides. And they like to push certain people because of their charisma. And these people can be identified with the number 11. Let me give you an example. The current communist scum in the White House, Barack Hussein Obama, is born 8/4/1961. 8/4/1961 adds up to 29. 2 plus 9 equals 11. The last Democratic president we had was before Barack Hussein Obama was Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was born 8/19/1946. 8191946 adds up to 38. 3 plus 8, again, you get that magic number 11. Now see, even when the Democrats didn't control the White House, John Kerry was running, and no, he's not 11 in life path, but guess what? He's born on the 11th. And that's just one side I'm showing you. Now let's go to the Republican side. Remember this one? John I'm Insane McCain. He's born on the 29th. 2 plus 9 equals 11. And he's also born August 29th, 1936. And if you add everything up, again, you get that magical number. When you deal with people with charisma, you're going to notice that a lot of people with charisma have that number 11. From JFK, who was born on the 29th, to, whether you hate him or you like him, Barack Hussein Obama, who is an 11. But having said that, now I'm going to go through the GOP field, and I'm basically going to break down every GOP candidate. And you tell me what you think. First, let's talk about Newt Gingrich. Newt Gingrich is born 6/17/1943. He is a 4 life path. Very, how can I put this? A workaholic. Whether you like Newt or not, he's a workaholic. In my opinion, he's a moderate. He's very, very fiscal when it comes to supposed values, but the guy has cheated on 2 of his wives. So you can see he talks a lot about home and family values, but what they mean to him, it might not be the same thing they mean to you. At the same time, when he was Speaker of the House, he was investigating Bill Clinton. When he was investigating Bill Clinton for Monica Gate, he was actually having an affair with the staffer on his own wife. So, this is the type of behavior you expect from Newt Gingrich. But getting back to the numerology side of him, being born on 6/17, he has absolutely no chance at the White House in 2012. So let's move on. Michelle Bachmann. Michelle Bachmann is born 4/6/1956. She is born in the year of the monkey, making her very witty. She's a 4 life path, just like Gingrich, very smart. And you're going to notice throughout life, a lot of 4s usually tend to be conservative, or what they think is conservative, unless they're born on the 2nd or 20th. That makes them a little bit more liberal. Michelle Bachmann is born on the 6th, very responsible, home and family oriented. But being born 4/6, she has absolutely no chance at the White House in 2012. Next, you're looking at Jon Huntsman, a guy that Obama appointed, and a guy I would ask, is he running in the right primary? This is a guy born 3/26/1960. He's a 9 life path. Now, while 9s are very intelligent people, intelligence begins with I. I is the 9th letter of the alphabet. They do not have the best leadership qualities because they don't like to handle pressure. Whether it comes to sports, a guy like Jay Cutler, who's a 9 life path and can't handle pressure, to a guy in politics and the worst president in American history, Jimmy Carter, who was a 9 life path. They're not very, how can I put this? They don't have what it takes to be leaders. They're smart, but that doesn't make them leaders. Having said that, he has absolutely no chance at the White House in 2012. Next, let's talk about Rick Perry. Rick Perry is born 3/4/19 50. He is born in the year of the tiger. He's a Pisces, and he's a 22 life path. Now, talking about Rick Perry is probably the one guy who has a chance at unseating Obama, because not only he's not an 11, he's not a 33 like George W. Bush was, who was born 7/6/1946, add everything up, adds up to 33. He's a 22 life path. And 22s have an ability to get people to straight up follow them, like a leadership cult. They just have that ability. 11s inspire, 33s, they basically teach from a they're the teacher of teachers, but 22s build. And this guy probably is the one guy in the GOP ticket who has a chance of beating Barack Hussein Obama. But let me just say this about Rick Perry. He's not an overly intelligent person. He looks presidential though, doesn't he? But the thing about him is the George Bushes of the world don't like him. The George Bush family is not very friendly terms with Rick Perry. But if the Illuminati choose to push him, that's who it's going to be. People have to understand this is all about factions within one organization, and they're trying to have their one world order. But there's different factions involved, and the Bush faction does not like this guy. So that will probably marginalize his chances, but it was by somehow he gets on the election or he becomes the vice president to the guy who most likely will win the GOP nomination, Mitt Romney. There's a chance that Rick Perry could get in as maybe a vice president or something like that. That I could see. But I think he's going to be on the losing ticket because Mitt Romney, by all accounts, born 3/21/1947, another 9 life path, and I told you what I thought about 9s. But he looks presidential. I don't understand how this guy is going to be able to debate Obama when he talks about Obamacare, since he started Romneycare in Massachusetts, that Obama said was basically a platform for Obamacare. So again, I don't understand how this guy could beat. And again, I think this guy's a puppet. As a matter of fact, let me change that. I know this guy's a puppet because in 2008, when he had a chance to topple McCain, he dropped out. Why? Oh, whatever. Because he was probably promised the nominee this time around. But going back to his numerology, since he's born on the 12th, he's very, how can I put this, curious about a lot of things. Jack of all trades, master of none. Very intelligent, but again, since he is born 3/12, and this is 2012, he's going to be in the 11-year cycle. And that basically means he's going to be in the spotlight. So yes, I do expect him, Mitt Romney, to be the GOP nominee this time. Let me just say this about election 2012. I do not support Ron Paul. I do not support any of the candidates. But let me talk about Ron Paul for 1 second. Ron Paul was born 8/20/1935. He is a 1 life path. But the thing about it is, we are right now at war, or we will be very soon in World War III, and someone born on the 20th is not a guy you want to be your president. People born on the 2nd and 20th are very sensitive, with their feminine energy. They're pacifists. They don't want to fight. As a matter of fact, they'll avoid fighting at all costs. Just like Neville Chamberlain did in Britain when he tries to appease Adolf Hitler in Germany. Let me also say this. Just because a guy talks about the Federal Reserve doesn't make him a good guy. He has controlled opposition. He knows, people have to understand, the Fed is about to go RIP. Rest in peace. 6 feet under. The Fed is about to be extinct. This guy's job is to inform the people about the economic terrorists known as the Federal Reserve, so the people get all riled up and destroy it, and from its ashes will come something much, much worse, like a one world currency for a one world government. This is what this guy's job is, to bring down, or to have attention to the Fed so it can eventually be brought down. Now, I'm not saying the Fed's good. I understand it's economic terrorists. But if you're an American, I want you to think about this for a second. Yes, you want to avoid war, but you have to understand the strong take from the weak and the smart take from the strong, meaning no nation in history has ever been benevolent. They might seem like they have, but they haven't. Back when Great Britain turned into a second-rate power is when they pulled out of the Middle East, and America pulled in and became the superpower. You have to understand that in history, people have always been conquered for resources. And right now, there's something called oil in the Middle East, and America is in there because they are empire. Now, whether you like this empire or not is irrelevant. That's the way it is. Number two, if the American empire ceases to exist, the same thing will happen that what happened to the British Empire. Our standard of living as Americans will increase at a much. We're basically going to be broke. And you think it's bad now? Try 10 times worse. We're not going to be quite a third world country because we have infrastructure. But if people are not using the petrodollar to buy oil, then America's finished. And it doesn't matter how big the military was. They're going to crack just like the Soviet Union did in 1991. They still had a huge military when the Soviet Union cracked. Yet, it didn't save them because their currency collapsed. Ron Paul would cause a currency collapse in the United States of America because the Federal Reserve is basically a pariah. It's a cancer, but it's attached to the American dollar. If you destroy the Fed, you destroy the host, the American dollar too. So by all means, if you want to destroy America by 2014, if you want to basically turn America from a superpower to a second-rate nation like Great Britain is now, by all means, vote for Ron Paul. If you're a pacifist, and you don't mind living like shit so other people in other countries can live better, mainly China, then by all means, vote for Ron Paul. But let me tell you something. If you have enough people like this guy Ron Paul lead your country, sooner or later you get occupied by foreign troops. Don't think it can't happen. Within one Ron Paul administration, this country would cease to exist. It will be broken up, and different states would secede from the Union. Ron Paul is a plant by the New World Order, as is Mitt Romney, as is Newt Gingrich, as is Barack Obama. But see, there's always contingency plans with these people. They understand how they're doing it. And like I've showed you with the numerology, they're picking these people for a reason. Remember, it doesn't matter if you believe in it. Just know, the New World Order, or the people who run it, they believe in the power of metaphysical science, astrology, numerology. Get ready. 2012 is going to be real fun.